We'll start the show. Let's start the show. We're talking about this off air, okay? You don't ask me about my size. I don't ask you about your size. We're on the show.
We were talking about penises, people. We were talking about penises.
Wow.
By the way, he's teabbagging him. That's a PG way of teabbagging somebody, right?
Nah,
there.
that's a polite teabagging. That's a polite.
I know.
Teabagging.
That's PG.
Actually, that might not be a teabag. That's like a pre-shit on the face right there. That's what's going down right there.
Oh,
Like, he's about to shit on his face.
What kind of world do you live in, Eric? When you start shitting on people's faces?
As
like,
Betty, as the
they're both
conversation
savages.
we had before the show, that's that prison lifestyle, man. That's that prison lifestyle. Yeah, like because you realize, Betty, if you get shitted on by another grown man, it's hard to bounce back from that. It's hard.
Well, Eric, it's me and Ryan came up with this. I don't know if it's legit or not. We just said it. It's like fighting for keeps.
Yeah.
And when we said fighting for keeps would be I'm fighting you, and then after I'm gonna fuck you and ruin your life for the rest of your life. That's fighting for keeps. Yeah. And I feel like teabagging and shitting on a man is fighting for keeps as well.
Yeah, it's like
because there's no coming back. You're done.
You're taking somebody's soul and you're gonna own that soul. That's what you. Oh wow! Look! He's pushing it. And look at Sammy. Sammy's admiring the arch of how the shit is gonna come out.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Sammy's like, man, he backed up. He need to eat more fiber. No, this is like watching these pictures are like watching your son, your innocent white kid, hanging around them black kids in the street, and he done got himself caught up in this. Oh no, my son,
Marcus,
Sammy,
Marcus,
my son.
it's even worse. You think that he hanging around the black kids, and then you find like those kids ain't even black. They are Samoan that are just as bad, close to being black. And it's like, shit, what done happened?
Or this is the image whenever your kid is listening to rap music and they go like, "It's gonna make you a criminal. It's gonna make you a gangster."
Marcus and Manny, this picture right here is what influenced the creation of Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah, but also this is also like the picture when you show it to him, it's like, "Oh, they're a bad influence on him," and then you look at it and be like, "No, it's him. He's running the shit. He's just as bad. He's a horrible person." But shout out to Sammy.
I was, Bailey disappointed me this week. She didn't harass Cole enough.
No, Eric. Because one time music hit, did you hear Cole's sigh?
Yes,
I felt it. Yeah. I felt it, and I was like, that was enough done. The fact that it's the music, the hearing of her music made him collectively go,
oh, his body language when they showed the shot of the table where he was just over it.
Yeah.
But then EO is dressed like she's trying to go out for the night. Like she's like, yeah, I ain't wrestling. I got makeup on, stuff like that. EO done lost her mind on the main roster.
Well, she's just on the main roster. There's no reason why EO's evil.
No, it's not.
EO was evil on NXT a long time ago, but for her to go back into her evil ways is a dark time.
But it's not even no evidence that they're evil. They're just there.
Thing is, I miss Kairi Sane and EO when they decided to
they both were evil.
Choose Crips and Bloods.
Oh
yes. I think that each person should have got a chance to say some ill shit to Michael Cole that day. I think EO should have cussed him out Japanese. That would have been funny to me. She got on commentary and just started talking to him, and all you heard was Michael Cole. And he's just like, Jesus, leave me alone.
Well, I guess it's time for us actually to roll the opening credits, right? To get into the show, so we can get
while you cheat to try and get your Stangle. I see what
got that right. I'm cheating, baby. You know what I'm doing.
Also, by the way, this is also it's that time. This guy looks like he's anchoring a field goal in with his hands up high like that. And he like, is welcoming. It's no good.
He is welcoming college football back into the lives of the masses.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Copyright.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What the
hell are you doing?
Wow.
I was
Manny cut
dancing.
full intro off.
What are you doing? Audio listeners, you're probably gonna have to watch the video to see what just happened.
No, they didn't see what happened. You didn't cut the camera off. I stopped right where the camera was at because I didn't trust you. I didn't trust
you were getting down with your
I
bad
was,
self.
man.
You look like Teddy Long.
I was feeling the vibe, man. I was feeling it. Welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters, aka the Untitled Manny and Marcus Show. I'm Eric.
Whoa.
Oh
Yeah, it does have it. Yeah, there it is.
This is what happens when we have too many graphics for the show.
Let's be honest. This is really just the Untitled Manny and Marcus Show with me just taking the hosting reins from. We all know that's the bread and butter of this channel. That's the bread and butter.
It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe. There's a
chaos.
Level
there's more chaos. When all three of us together, there's more chaos.
Yeah, it's just like, oh no, don't put them together. We're the kids.
Anyway, I'm joined by Lord Manny Hayes, the thirst trapper of all thirst trappers, and the one and only the grand finale. And
when they say don't play with the neighbors' kids, we're the neighbors' kids.
Yeah. So
hold on, Eric. Before you go first, and I thought we get to say our own introductions, but fuck that, I guess. We're the kids in the back of the class as the teacher's going over his lesson. We're back there giggling and talking about nonsense, about people shitting on each other, and they're just going, "Can you please be quiet? We're trying to learn science." We're trying to learn science in here.
So we're getting a new system at my job, and I don't know when we're gonna have training, but I told all my friends, I pray to God you're not in my training class because I'm the most disruptive student ever. I will give them a hard time. That's just who I am.
Oh,
but
what you are the most scantily clad what you wearing?
He is horrible. No, he touches my leg and then opens it up every time. Teacher starts to sweat. No, Eric is very disruptive. At one point, we attended community college together. What were we studying? Who the fuck? Space
astronomy,
economics?
Marcus. This was astronomy.
I know, Eric. We did both. We did economics and astronomy. No reason.
Why the fuck did you both study astronomy? What were you aspiring to do?
It was a requirement.
It was cool. I had no direction in my life whatsoever.
What's your homework in astronomy? Look at the sky.
Man, I don't think we made it 3 weeks.
Yeah. We withdrew. No, we made it I think we made it right into the last day you can withdraw. But we would like to say it's culturally biased because we were in the back of the class minding our own business. I mean, not paying attention to disrupting the class, but minding our own business. But we would never get help on the assignments. But we was very disruptive.
Yeah. But let me disrupt this conversation real quick because we need to acknowledge something that was reminded to me this morning when I logged into my Facebook. We need to do something that I've never done before. We need to acknowledge our own birthday. Today is our birthday for the Sharpshooters as a whole. Marcus and I started this show way back so many years ago, and it's our birthday, Marcus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me, and happy birthday to the new kid on the block, Manny, also for being part of the network.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
The only applause this show will ever get. In our whatever 16, 17, 18 years? I don't know.
Don't know.
Wait, number. It's 2005, I think. In our existence. Our 17 years of existence. We ain't did shit.
Hey,
we're making moves now.
Hey, Marcus, we 1 year away from having that motherfucker move out the house. 1 year away.
Yeah.
He'll be 18.
Kick you out the house, Sharpshooters. We're gonna kick you out the house.
Thank you, Pantheon Don, for the happy anniversary. And JK said, good morning, evening. Shame the Hulk Hogan. Shame the Boston Red Sox. Shame my disc golf game. And happy week 0 in college football. I mean, it hits it all. Second best thing to be produced in August. What's the first best thing to be produced?
Probably him.
Let me say this about our show. I would say that the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast is our oldest son, and then the Untitled Manny and Marcus is our younger son, which is also being treated better. And then Raw's Retro is spoiled. It's just spoiled.
Raw's Retro is a spoiled cousin. However, the streak of it blowing up has kind of ended. So,
it fell off this week. I looked and I was like,
hard.
But you know why, Betty? Because I think more people are caught up with going on in the current state of professional wrestling right now that they don't have to go back into the past. I mean, let's just say something like this week, upcoming week is probably one of the most momentous weekends in professional wrestling in a long time. We have a live event in the UK. Manny will be attending that event. I mean, the Clash at the Castle. We have All Out from AEW, and we have Worlds Collide from NXT. This is a epic weekend, and I want to start off with this question. Of all the matches that we know that are planned for this weekend that's upcoming, what match are you looking forward to the most, Manny? Like, if you had one match...
Sheamus and Gunther.
Damn, I think we gonna all pick the same match.
It's the same match.
Go ahead. I pick something different. I'm going different.
Really?
I'm going
even
different,
after what happened on SmackDown. Even after what happened on SmackDown.
I don't care how they rip off AEW. I see Mox and Suzuki stare each other's eyes for a long period of time as well.
And yeah, but you didn't have chaos going around him on the
It was chaos going around there. And I think weapons were happening.
Oh yeah, it was.
They did the exact same thing.
That feels like a year ago. That was only like 2 months ago.
2 weeks ago. It was
like 2 months ago. 2 months ago. That feels
so Marcus, ago. I guess Manny and I are both picking Walter versus Sheamus because we all know that we want this match. What are you going with?
Well, I wasn't just gonna pick a match. I need to know, and I think this maybe should come off as a shock to each and every one of you what I'm about to pick, but I need to see AEW All Out. For the simple fact, what the fuck is going on in that locker room? Because it's not all out. It's all out of control. That whole
hold on, Marcus. What? She's in the toilet. What? Yeah. She's still in the toilet?
She's still hiding.
Thunder Rosa's still in the toilet, people.
Thunder Rosa's hiding in toilets. Eddie Kingston chasing the fade of Sammy Guevara. Colt Cabana being banned in the locker room. CM Punk dropping titles and all the drama that's going on there. It's just so much drama in the LBC. It's how the heart be in AEW.
Hey, don't forget my favorite drama this week. And I took off my glasses because the glare was bothering me. But the email that was sent from Tony Khan to Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon that,
that's your favorite.
Huh?
That's your favorite.
Of the nonsense that's going on? Yes.
My favorite is Jake Atlas getting arrested.
Also, formerly of the AEW roster, WWE can say, "Whoop, wash your hands with that one."
Now, shit is hitting the fan, but I think, ironically, a lot of stuff that's going down in AEW, it stems from the hiring of Triple H in WWE for him being in charge. I think that, people were happy in AEW. They were letting stuff go because they knew they couldn't go someplace else and be happy. But now AEW is turning into what WWE under Vince is, where Triple H WWE is the safe place to go. Like, I need out of my contract. That is why people start emailing management like, hey, don't talk to our talent. When Tony was doing the same thing when he was still in WWE's talent. It's just amazing.
But Tony wasn't stealing WWE talent. They let that talent go.
That is also true.
And then a lot of them were free agents anyway.
But I think with Tony, I think it's more a question of, was it just Triple H? Because I don't think these people are saying, I don't know how it's been phrased in the news, but they keep saying, oh, WWE approaching these people, but are these people actually going to Tony Khan and like, WWE are offering me this. I need you to match that. That's why they're making a big deal of it. Or because this stuff normally happens all the time. Yeah. Like a company will go they'll talk to the talent because they're independent contractors. When's your contract up?
But the irony of this story, they are accusing WWE of tampering when out of nowhere, New Japan is going, hell nah, you ain't tampering Will Ospreay's parade. And then they released somebody, oh, you weren't. Jim Ross was just talking out of his ass. We didn't understand. We had a lost in translation moment of what he said. He was like, oh, he gets big money. It signs somewhere big. And they were like, how dare you? How dare you try to poach him?
I mean, I think the thing about it is that Tony realized that his money doesn't go as far as he thought it was. He thought that his money can keep happiness. And I think the big problem in AEW is that his neurotic style of signing and booking. It's like he gets his shiny new toys. He uses that toy up until he finds a new toy. Like, you have to realize this might be the longest period in AEW that we've gone without him having a Tony Khan surprise. Like, there has been no surprise that he normally...
Cesaro's been 2 months. It's less than 2 months.
Yeah, but I mean, still, was he really a surprise? And then you realize you have all that fire that's going on within the locker room, and then you have your parent company, Warner Brothers, coming towards you talking about, hey,
Jesus,
you know, we were cool for a minute, but now we're trying to make more money and merge all our things with HBO and stuff. So can you stop using the word shit? Because yeah, we don't want to have that bad language associated with us. And I'm like, damn, that's messed up.
Well, to come out with language, I'm shocked. I'm shocked to come out with language because it always starts with language.
It does.
It always starts with language. The next thing is, can you guys, that language, can you pipe that down? All right, that's a little bit. But can you guys not be so violent? Can I get less blood? I mean, just a little bit.
I think that's next.
Violent.
Yeah, that's probably next.
Not being so fucking violent. And then it's going to be like, damn. Like, this takeover is a problem. This takeover is a problem. And there's just stresses. It's like it's stressing on Tony Khan. I do not envy the position of Tony Khan over the situation he's in. I'm not. This isn't a good or bad thing. He has that takeover. He has Triple H with all this momentum, and then he doesn't have a mediator with all these egos in the back that all think they should be pushed, and that we're told that this is, as Cody said, Ellis Island, where a wrestler can be a wrestler and have free will. But then free will comes at a cost, and they become America. Become America.
Cynthia Don must have passed Algebra 2 and Geometry because he came up with a perfect equation. He said AEW equals BS, but you get paid good. WWE before Vince left equals BS, but possible exposure. WWE now equals exposure, money, and opportunity. And that's what it feels like. Let me just give you an example of a new, fresh WWE. NXT this week had a segment that I never thought that I would be like, damn.
You went NXT.
I'm actually excited for this match. But the Grayson Waller effect show with Apollo Crews and them talking shit to each other this week, I was like, damn, I ain't seen Apollo like this in a long time or ever. I was just like, wow. And it made me feel excited about what was going to come next week. And I think that now, as AEW is trying to figure out exactly what they want to do going forward, it's just like their championship match between CM Punk and Jon Moxley, the quote Marcus, it left more questions than answers. That was a very interesting thing.
But maybe that's what they wanted to do. Maybe that's kind of maybe that was to get eyes on the product. Like, oh my god, CM Punk got squashed. That makes you want to know more. If that happened in WWE, you would be more like, I want to know what's happening on Friday. Are they going to talk about this on Friday? Got to bring this up on Friday. So, like, in terms of AEW, you'd be like, well, they got to address this on Wednesday. And then what does this mean for All Out? So, I think looking back at it now, it probably is a good move to kind of do that squash, play off the injury, then hype up the story of did he come back too soon? Because then that now the reason you come back next Wednesday, which is strange. What I get that I get the main event on Dynamite was a good main event, but like you should have left it on that big, like, what the fuck happened? You know?
Yeah. Like
leading into next Wednesday, because that definitely is the reason you come back next Wednesday.
But do you think that just is like that's the problem with AEW? They don't have that storytelling aspect about themselves. Like granted, they come off with great matches. Like that trios match was so much fun on Dynamite. However, I think for their show going forward, like having that unanswered question if Punk is healthy, is like stuff like that would have been a better bait for me to come back next week instead of having to be pretty much erased out of my memory by seeing that trios match and then seeing Kenny and the Bucks come out. Like that's just for me. That I felt like that. What say you, Marcus?
Well, it didn't erase anything, and I think that if all this backstage drama and all these backstory dirt sheet stories is to bring in the views, it's a brilliant move on Tony's part. It'd be a brilliant move. Do I think it's all 100%? I think, some of it's probably 50-50 here or there, who knows? But it did drive up their views this week, and it did bring up more interest in AEW. Again, I am right now more interested in what's going on behind the scenes in AEW than I care about anything else in wrestling right now. But
if you took away,
like, what is going to happen next? What's going on?
If you took away your ability to research what was going on behind the scenes in AEW, would you find that product interesting still?
Huh? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There's not really a story. The people I like seeing aren't really involved in much. Like, I would like to see more Ricky Starks. Probably had the best promo.
You are seeing more Ricky Starks. This is more than we've ever seen him in the last 3 years.
Marcus, the problem why you don't see Ricky Starks
needs to be doing something.
The reason why you don't see Ricky Starks is because you don't watch Rampage. Because you got to.
He was on Dynamite. He's been on Dynamite a lot now.
Yeah, but he was also on Rampage this week where Hobbs had a match.
Yeah, but he ain't cut no promo like that.
Mark Hobbs had a match, and then they cut backstage where QT Marshall and his crew is beating the fuck out of Ricky Starks, and I'm like, oh, okay, there we go. I agree with El Luchador. I think wrestling would be more fun without the dirt sheets because I think without the dirt sheets, then the product has to speak for itself. And I know for me, that's how I watch wrestling. I try to avoid the dirt sheets as much as possible. But of course, being a part of the Sharpshooters Network, sometimes you dib and dab up into the dirt sheets here and there.
I have a disdain and dislike of the dirt sheets. However, I'm also a hypocrite when I will not say I have also enjoyed the backstage drama of the wrestling business. I enjoy this carny political bullshit that people try to play on each other and all this stuff. I enjoy it. If you watch wrestling as a whole, as its own entertainment show, it is better than any form of entertainment as a whole because of all the drama and shit that circles around wrestling. Will AEW beat WWE this week? Who's tampering with who? Is CM Punk upset? He don't want to put Hangman over. What's Triple H doing in the back? Triple H, Vince McMahon, NDA? Oh, scandal. I'm into all this salacious shit too. So I don't even know how that fits into what I say. I would like to say I think the dirt sheets are horrible. In some aspects they are because they spoil a lot of stuff. But sometimes they add a little season to this bullshit.
Marcus, you say they're horrible, but how else are we going to learn that Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker are mortal enemies?
Mortal enemies.
You don't get to know. I agree with Levi in the situation where he says that AEW does need a head booker because I really do think they need somebody who is the point man.
I thought he appointed someone as a head booker.
I don't know if they have.
No, all his recent promotions, I thought one of them was a head booker.
But
no. He's the only head promoter. Everybody else is like creative this or it's all these titles, which honestly I could care less. I'm always going to point to. I never point at the coordinators or who's at fault of a team. I look at the head coach. Don't care who it is. I blame the head coach. Tony's the head coach of AEW. Hunter is the head coach, and I'm calling him Hunter. I guess is the head coach of WWE right now. That's where I see it. And Billy Corgan is the head coach of the NWA. NWA 74 tonight. Night 1.
Don't make no money.
They would have more wrestlers if they had interests. But the question that I have for Levi, because he says that they need to hire television writers, but I thought that was one of the things that separated AEW from that they didn't have writers.
He is right though. AEW does need to become more episodic.
But won't that make the AEW loyalists upset about having the writers?
Yeah, it will. But like, if they want to continue to grow, because AEW's growth has kind of stalled at the moment. For the last few months, you've noticed it more. They have been continuing to put on good shows, and it's always been about the wrestling. But those people are watching all the other shows at the same time. They're the ones that will watch all the other shows. They haven't had. I think this is the first time they broke 1 million in a while.
Yeah,
this week.
Yeah.
So like, there's a point of like, there's no growth going on at the moment, and they do need to become more episodic in the terms of why am I coming back? So if they, like we said, if they ended on CM Punk and Mox, there's your reason to come back. But like your mind instantly has been erased because now you're dealing with what's going on with Pac and Sabian. Why is Kenny and Ospreay feuding? Which are all good reasons to come back too. But like, you've just had something incredible where everyone was in shock.
Yeah, because no one expected to be a jobbing match in that match. No one expected that.
Well, the equivalent to this would be the Goldberg Lesnar. I think one of the pay-per-views where Goldberg just beat Lesnar and speared him and it was over, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, it was like 30 seconds or something. It was like
and you go like, "Oh," and it had that interest whether you liked it or not. It was like, "Oh shit, that was." it was fine. I didn't have a problem with it, and it made you go like, what's going to happen next or whatnot. But more likely in the back of your mind, let's just go on vacation or something. But it was something like that, but at least it was there. It was something lingering, and then I think it was Pantheon Don in the chat on either Thursday or Tuesday or whatever.
It probably was Thursday. He wasn't in on Tuesday.
Yeah. When he said that AEW feels like if Game of Thrones just had a bunch of battles, it was just a bunch of battle scenes, and you just got the epic battle each week. It would mean less. I don't need to come back to see another battle.
But that's an indie show.
I'm here for drama. That's
the indie show. Like if you go watch an indie show, you'll probably see loads of really good matches. Some really bad, depending on which indie show you go to. But the tendency is put it all out for the people that paid. But then it doesn't also mean you come back next week. It's like you can miss that show next week. There's no reason to come back.
Allow me to piggyback on something that Pantheon Don said in the chat today. Like when we talk about a head writer being in AEW, the head writer for AEW are the dirt sheets. They write all the storylines that go on in AEW. Like if they don't report on Thunder Rosa hiding in the bathroom, if they don't report on Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston having a dispute, if they don't report on CM Punk and Hangman Page and all, there is really no other storyline that is going on in AEW. Like I don't think anybody cares about what happened on Rampage, that Miro came down and attacked the House of Black, and then he was joined by Sting and Darby Allin, because like how much more are we going to see Darby Allin with the House of Black? No, it's going nowhere. It's stagnant. It's just stagnant.
Well, they like to walk the tightrope of being between reality and telling the wrestling stories within the dirt sheets, where you have a point where you always hear like Thunder Rosa was attacked by Britt Baker, not physically, but about the sandbagging. If there were no dirt sheets, there's no story there. It doesn't make sense. It's only like 90% of everybody's promos are about what you think you hear in the dirt sheets, or the way Mox and Punk went at each other the previous week about him being broke and attacking him MMA career and all that, and back and forth and bleeding to death. It's a lot of that. But I want to jump on something new. I didn't watch Rampage. You know, I don't normally do. I don't have any interest in ever watching that show.
Only I did.
I was shocked, and I'm going to say I'm fucking befuddled by the results that the House of Black lost to the Dark Order. I just read the result. I didn't see the match. I don't know the story going in. I just go, are you serious?
Yeah.
They have what most AEW fans, including myself, they have a pretty good faction. They have some very talented wrestlers. Brody King's a monster. Malachi Black is, talks his gibberish, but whatever. And Buddy Matthews is dating Rhea Ripley. Whatever the case is going on in their situation, there are a decent faction. And I thought, personally, the Trios title was all theirs. I thought it was all theirs to have to. But apparently the Dark Order gets it. For what? Who cares about this jobber-ass faction?
So the reason why they got it is because they're trying to move the story along about Miro destroying the House of Black. That's like that. Literally, that's what took place. And I was like, oh, this makes no sense, because I don't think I care about, like you said, the Dark Order. The Dark Order is dead. Like it just really is. And then it was just like, okay, I guess we're going to see Miro, Darby, and Sting in another meaningless feud with the House of Black. And like that House of Black right now is very stagnant. And then it's just like, then it just continued to be more stagnation. And then I got to the main event, because I was actually looking forward to seeing the main event, Dustin Rhodes versus Claudio. And unfortunately, that match was not that good because Dustin was messing up on some stuff. And it felt like the Blackpool Fight Club is the only thing that's keeping Ring of Honor afloat. Oh, and also, I would find out that on Rampage that Wardlow has been ruined. Like all the momentum Wardlow had is done. Like, I just don't care.
Man. This feud with Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt.
No, but it was ruined with the security guard nonsense first. That's when the momentum kind of just died.
Yeah, and then I also want to add this. It seems like they built to like 3 other trios matches on out. They have their trios tournament match, but then they have this Sting, Darby, and Miro against the House of Black, and then it seems like the Motor City Machine Guns with Jay Lethal is going against Wardlow and FTR. I don't need this many 6-man tags on one pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't like 6-man tags that much either.
And then they peaked already with the best 6-man tag match we're probably going to get from all of them, which was Aussie Open and Will Ospreay, United Empire versus I'm blanking out who they fought already. But
but you might get a better one with the Bucks. You might get a better one with Bucks and Kenny versus them. But there's already that igniting fury between Kenny and Ospreay.
That's also true.
Pantheon Don is just hitting on everything in the chat room right now. He said
you just don't know how healthy Kenny is on that one.
He said AEW ended with Omega coming out and looking at Ospreay, and the dirt sheets showed the promo. We shouldn't have to compete with the show that's off the air. And I think you guys talked about that on your show on Thursday, where you said that why didn't we see that promo live on the television instead of having to go and search and find it on the internet? Like, that is too much of a major storyline to resort me to go and search the internet to find it. You should really try to put that on your show, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I also want to say Levi hit a point here. Ring of Honor needs to be a separate promotion. You have Claudio Castagnoli. You have him. This is a good pickup. I love Claudio. I don't think any of us on this show has a bad thing to say about Claudio or Cesaro, whatever you want to call the man. Yeah, he's in the 2 months or whatever he's been with the company, barely featured.
They should just get rid of Rampage and call it the Ring of Honor show.
Yeah,
because no one's really watching Rampage at this moment in time. But I think there may be still some issues with Sinclair where they can't actually have a show yet. Is why I'm guessing. Is why we don't have
Can I tell you the biggest thing about the Ring of Honor that grinds my gears?
Ooh.
It's the fact that a great tag team like FTR is never featured on AEW because they are the Ring of Honor tag team champion. Like, you don't never see it.
You get all the titles.
You get Dax in his singles matches, but like, they are the tag team champions. Why aren't they competing for the tag team titles in AEW?
Of Dax's singles
I'm not going to speak ill of Dax. Dax is doing his damn thing. Dax is
going for my wrestler of the year.
Dax need to be top 5.
You speak ill of Dax. I'm with fighting.
I mean, shit. We can come back to this. Let's just go through SmackDown really quickly.
My last complaint, again, there's too many titles. Yeah. As I jump into Rampage. Again, I don't need Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti or Tay Mello, as she's going by now, defending the AAA mixed tag team titles on their show. I don't need that.
Hey,
Everybody has a fucking belt from somewhere, and I don't care.
Marcus.
I care about the AEW titles.
Guess who they defended it against? And just guess.
I forgot.
It was Ruby Soho and the other guy from LAX. I can't. Ortiz. And I was like, I don't want this. And the worst part about it is Ortiz growing his hair back, which showed me that him cutting off his hair meant absolutely nothing when that Jericho match. However,
he just wanted a haircut.
It would have meant everything to Jericho.
Moving on to SmackDown, let's just get through SmackDown because you could tell that Triple H is in charge because he is featuring a lot of people that he signed when he was signing people. The opening match, like SmackDown, started off with a Ricochet. This Ricochet opening the show, like he comes out in interest, and it's like, damn.
One and only.
I was like, I don't know if it's ever been a time.
Man.
I was like, I don't know if there's ever been a time that Ricochet has ever opened up a SmackDown, but at the same time, I thought he was presented in a very good way. I actually felt that. I feel at that point I could make some money with Ricochet just with that opening. How did you feel about that, Marcus?
You can always make money with Ricochet.
There's money out there, you know. He's a bouncy around guy, but I like to say this opening of Ricochet and just the fact that he does have, since the Triple H takeover, when you say like nothing's changed, immediately you see the attitude of certain wrestlers have changed. Ricochet has been doing this thing. I'm not saying he's been sandbagging it, but there's an extra pep to his step. And every flip he does due to the new Triple H era, he seems to be happy at work. He doesn't have to do enough promos or scripted promos that they need him to do. He goes out and does what he does. And he went out there and had a good match with Corbin, which was capitalized by Pat McAfee drawing circles over Baron Corbin face.
That was harsh, man. That was hard.
Right here. This man's a bum. And he started as a bum, and he still got the same problems when he got his wealth. He'll never be happy. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, it does remind me of Prince Puma, like Pantheon. It does. This is Prince Puma Ricochet. And no disrespect to Baron Corbin. I thought Baron Corbin was very good in this match, and WWE almost got my money because I almost bought that Baron Corbin shirt. And I said, no, I spent too much money yesterday, so I could not buy that shirt. But I was like, why not? Manny, did you enjoy the opening match between Ricochet and Happy Corbin?
Yeah, because now it seems like Happy Corbin's got a purpose again. Happy Corbin just used to go out there and lose. Now there's a purpose to Happy Corbin. So like you got to put some respect on the Corbs. But like, yeah, it's good. It's good to see Ricochet finally getting some TV time that he probably deserved, because he is a very talented wrestler, and he's one of those wrestlers like a lot like Montez Ford. When you see them and they do their moves, you just go, ooh.
You know, Manny brought up Montez Ford. If Vince McMahon somehow survived the Ricochet open up the show, he might have died again when he saw Hit Row and the Street Profits in the same spot, talking about going to get that good smoke and getting together and make that money.
Not true. Vince never shied away from the smoke. Riddle got high all the time in front of his watch. It was a high character the entire time. And so was Rob Van Dam. I don't think that's a problem. I felt like Hit Row's booking is the only sign that Vince McMahon is still alive. I think they only keep these segments to keep Vince McMahon alive with the Maxwell Male models and Hit Row and the spray painting and Poopy on the bus. I feel like these are all Vince McMahon like, oh, thank God, sports entertainment is alive and well.
Manny, would you go into the Clash of the Castle? Let me ask you, did you enjoy the package that they did to hype up Drew McIntyre? Because I thought it was well done.
It was well done. I think, as we've mentioned in the last couple of weeks, the stink, the Thunderdome stink has finally been washed off of Drew. I think people are starting to care about him a bit more again. And these two video packages help with that, to remind that he's just not this sword-carrying buffoon.
My question for you, in the Drew package, though, they sprinkled a little bit of a hater in there, Marcus. You're a little bit of Prince. You're mad at pettiness. Did you like Karrion Kross cutting his promo right after the first Drew McIntyre package aired, talking about your time is up, Drew? Did you like that? A little bit of deceit.
I'm always about putting somebody at the end of everybody's favorite basketball. They're going, he ain't that good. I wouldn't mind watching Karrion Kross watch the whole video package. Just look at the camera. So that's not that impressive. I've been fired before. Like,
exactly.
Who cares? Like, that's all I want. Everybody been fired. But no, I enjoyed the package. I enjoyed they're really trying to rebuild Blue. But I'm gonna tell you, Drew. But I'm gonna tell you this: I can give a damn about Drew. I still don't. He should not beat Roman, and it seems like we're leading toward that way. They're really hyping this man up like he's gonna win, but he can't beat Roman right now. Right now, I'm too invested in this Bloodline and Sammy storyline. The Bloodline have realized to revitalize himself with Sami Zayn.
I just need to remind Ross, at this moment in time, he is a Brit, Ross. Until he loses to Roman, he becomes Scottish again.
I don't know about the dynamics over there, but I'm pretty sure this means a lot. So we don't need to talk about Sonya and Natty, because we need to talk about what everybody came to SmackDown about.
Before we go further, Manny, Clash of the Castle. You can have Drew McIntyre getting more cheers or Roman getting more cheers.
That's a dumb question. Come on, Roman's getting
cheers.
Yeah, they're going to acknowledge the Tribal Chief. This is going to be their one chance to acknowledge the Tribal Chief. And by God, those ones are going in the air. Those ones are going in the air. And there's probably going to be a song saying about Roman. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure Vince died when you got that package for Shayna Baszler, which I also thought was a really good package for Shayna Baszler. Obviously, she was like, yeah, there it is. But let's talk about what we're going to probably spend the most time on. Let's talk about the true clash at the castle, the match everybody's waiting for. This is Sheamus came out with his Brawling Brutes. He came out. He was cutting a promo. Walter with his remix music. I don't know. I mean, Gunther with his remix music. I don't know if it always said Gunther or whatever. He comes out there. Ludwig tries to speak on it, and they said, shut the fuck up, Ludwig. I'm here to talk to your boss. And then they just stare at each other as Butch and Ludwig fights. And I loved everything about it because this is the match I want. If there's only one match I can see, it would be Walter versus Sheamus. And I think I want Sheamus to win, but I know he's not going to win because he cannot get the IC title because he's allergic to it. Marcus, how did this segment do for you?
Beautiful, man. Just beautiful. Just ring the damn bell. That's all I want. That's
we all
I
want it
want. We've all. It wasn't even now. It's been then, now, forever, and I want them to do it together. It's gonna be interpreted weird. That's gonna be interpreted weird. But I wanted this match since I first saw Walter and Sheamus. I was like, those two guys need to collide. Those two guys need to hit each other. They need to they need to beat the living hell out of each other. And finally, we're going to get that 1 week from today. And I sound like I'm a promotion, but that's what I want. This is what I want. And this is it's going to be fantastic. Like this to me is the main event of the Clash of the Castle, because I don't think there's no match that's going to top this. Already slated to be my match of the year. I'm sorry, Dax. I'm sorry, Dax.
Wow.
That's the expectations I have for this.
Damn.
I just found an image that would have definitely killed Vince McMahon. It's Ricochet feeling
himself. Boy. Marcus,
Hallelujah.
Mark, you're speaking ill of Dak's name because you're giving him the match of the year already. Like you're taking him away.
I'm not speaking ill of Dak. I'm just saying, man. These two men hitting each other is just something I've always wanted.
And then the fact that they're giving, the fact that Vince McMahon's not there, there's going to be a freedom to go fucking steal the show, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and even Sheamus, who was going out there, who finally spoke the truth of who he is. I go out there and give you bangers. No one's gonna say it with me here, huh? But bangers. That's what I do. And I'm like, yes, Sheamus, you do. And Cardiff is gonna be the banger of bangers.
Manny, this segment was done very well. Would you agree? Was there anything that they could have did different to even make it even more hype, or you think it was just a perfect segment?
No, I think I was hyped before this before this happened. This could have happened on next week's episode of SmackDown that was been taped, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I enjoyed this, and I'm gonna enjoy it while I'm there. I'm gonna savor it. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be like, I was there.
This segment of Friday Night SmackDown might have been the best book segment, especially following it that Triple H has done since, because we had
it's a ripoff.
No, Mark, I'm talking about the
Tony
follow-up.
did it first. Tony did it first.
No, I'm talking about because we got
take your forbidden door and shove it up your ass.
We had the intensity.
I don't care. Tony did it first. Tanahashi and Fox stared at each other while Chaos was happy. Tony did it first.
Yeah, but Marcus, Tony did it first, yeah, but he didn't follow it up with anything.
Wait. Keith Lee and Roman Reigns did it first during Survivor Series when Chaos was going around. So shut up.
I don't care who did it first.
Did it first.
I don't care who did it first.
That's not even canon. That's not even canon.
Something that Tony did not do is that after we had this epic standoff between these two titans, we went back and we got the entertainment segment that took place. This is where Sammy is walking by the Bloodline locker room and he's confronted by the Usos. And you know when the Usos are in town, Sammy can't get into the locker room. But guess what happened again? Roman called Sammy in. And Betty, let me tell you, I loved every moment of it. Tell me you didn't love this segment, Betty. Tell me you didn't.
Thing is, it's a continuation of last week, and last week's one was, I don't think we could ever get anything better than that with the Sammy and Roman interaction. But then it just topped it, because then you saw in the background how angry Jay was that all this was happening, which made it even funnier.
Jay, his crop top was pissed. But my favorite part of the segment is not only is who's there? Roman yelling, who's there? No, let him in. Have a seat. But my favorite is Sammy talking about the mind games he do and his strategy and getting into people's head, and he broke out the dance. He broke out the dance in the chair.
Manny, that's where my dance came from. I was channeling my inner Sammy.
Yeah, and you see Jay Uso in the back, who's really mad. Break character. He's cracking up. Even Roman started laughing, and it was just such a feel-good moment. These guys are perfect together, and I don't even know the dynamic of what's going to happen with Paul. Come on, if they could keep this unit together for any short period of time, this could be the greatest faction of all time.
So what do you make of, like, going off track from SmackDown, but what do you make of they're talking about potentially Solo Sikoa coming to the main roster? They haven't said that he's probably going to be with the Bloodline or not, but it's more than likely that they would. Does that mean Sammy's going to get pushed out, or do you think they'll have him with Sammy for a bit and then Sammy gets eventually kicked out by Solo?
I think it could be an issue where he could come in against the Bloodline because it's nothing better than having in-house fighting of blood going against almost.
But they tried that already. They tried it with
Jimmy, but Jimmy's a bitch.
No, Jay, he claimed Jay was the bitch, but then we realized who the bitch was.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because what if you could have Sammy come in, he could team up with Solo, and maybe they could do Bloodline stuff. Marcus, go ahead then.
Nah, son, this is what's gonna happen. Sammy's a scapegoat, man. If Roman loses at Clash of the Castle, he's gonna blame Sami Zayn, and Solo's gonna attack him on SmackDown the next night, and that's how they replace him. And then Sammy teams up with KO, and they go after the Usos. They go after the Usos for the unified tag team title, and all is good in the world.
But do you want KO to go after the tag titles because he's getting his credibility back as the prize fighter?
Only with Sammy.
Okay. So Marcus, I asked you, have you ever had a photo shoot?
And Jericho, of course.
By black people playing their music too loud, and then find out the Lethal Lotharios come up with a plan of how to get them back by spray painting their bus that didn't find out it's a Street Profit bus. Marcus, explain to me this segment and what was going on.
The Maximum Health models have a lot of enemies, man. They have a lot of enemies. The Los Lotharios, the Lethal Lovers, as they like to be known as, set them up to ruin the Street Profits. But they killed two birds with one stone. I know they hate the Street Profits for no reason. I don't know why. Just I guess lose it to on a weekly basis. But I explained it as simple as that we get the Maximum Male Models match next week. That's as simple as that. We're finally going there. BFAB ain't wrestling, but Maximum Male Models versus Hit Row. Finally getting it next week.
So a segment that disappointed me was the segment between the
Kept Vince alive.
The New Day and the Viking Raiders. When the New Day got the jump on the Viking Raiders, I was very disappointed that the New Day didn't put the ass-kicking ticket in and show that they cashed it in. Manny, it's going to be an okay match, but this doesn't have much momentum going into it. Would you agree with that statement?
It doesn't have much momentum, but it's a SmackDown match, so and it's a SmackDown match that probably not many people are probably going to watch because they know it's taped, they know the results, because they're all going to be in Wales at that point for the show. So I didn't really care too much about it. I feel like it peaked with that Viking funeral last week. digging up Sarah Logan for no reason.
All right, and then Marcus, go ahead.
Overall the segment was fine. It continued. This is one of the longest stories in all of wrestling, apparently. It's continually, and maybe it ends this week.
The main event ended with Drew McIntyre defeating Sammy, but of course Drew McIntyre got beat up by the Bloodline, including Sami Zayn. And as Manny put in the opening picture, he might have been teabagged or shit it all. All we know is that Drew was underneath a chair and the tribal chief was posing with all the titles, looking like he's the true alpha. He is the Scar. He is everything.
Yeah, but they beat the hell out that man. Did you see his back? You see what they did? The images Drew McIntyre posted how they beat the hell out of that man.
He was auditioning for part 2 of 13 Years a Slave, the modified version.
I got 12 years in Azkaban. That's the way. That's how that felt. That felt like that. Shit, that's what I feel like.
First Harry Potter reference we've made in a while.
I feel like we made one Thursday. I feel like there was one Thursday. But moving on to NXT, Eric. The questions for Eric is we should call this segment.
Okay.
Manny, put the graphic up.
Mark, before we go to the questions for Eric, I want to see if we can answer one question that Pantheon Don left in the chat. He said, did we talk about Triple H saying he would love to have Nakamura versus Reigns at Mania, but Knox booking has been too bad to recover? Who's all to forgone to be on top? Do you think that Nakamura could not be in a main event program with Roman Reigns? You don't think he can be rebuilt?
I think
he can. Triple H. Everyone can be rebuilt.
Yeah, no one's only losers, and I'm gonna say that, and I don't mean that as a derogatory. Only people who aren't stars can't be rebuilt. That's the only person who can't come back.
The only person I think at this moment in time that can't come back is Mr. 6'5", Duke Hudson. The Duke can't fuck. Yeah, you can't come back from that. People are just gonna make fun of you the whole time.
He's lower than Duke the Dusty Drosy.
He needs to find a new job. He can't wrestle anymore because everyone's gonna make fun of him.
Can't fuck. You ain't an internationally trained superstar. Can't fuck. You terrible.
And then Ross said that he feels Riddle and Seth will be the match of the night, which I could see that being. That was a strong number 2. Clash of the Castle is a really good card.
Yeah, Seth goes out there and just have those sleeper bangers. By the way,
oh my God, there's a banner.
That's just Seth just goes to have bangers out there, and they're quiet. You just go like, oh, what's going to be the match of the night, and then Seth just hits you with one. You go like, damn, Seth, I didn't know you. I know you have it in you, but I don't ever think of Seth like that for some reason.
I got to put my glasses on because Marcus got questions.
You ruin your own shot when you put your glasses on because you have reflections on you can see all the porn on your screen.
Oh fuck you! I ain't got no porn on my screen.
Yeah, it's weird stuff too. It's getting weird. I don't know what that donkey's doing. But Eric, when you wear your glasses, can you do the old man, put it at the end of your hip? Because we got questions. You have to audit. You gotta audit it. You gotta audit these things. All right. Question number 1. Lights out match, Eric, NXT. Wendy Chu, Tiffany Stratton. Did it go too far? Was it too violent for you?
That match personally should not have been that good. It should not have been. First of all, this is the first time that Wendy Chu took that shit seriously because she did not wrestle in her pajamas, but she wrestled in her skin-tight Cookie Monster pajamas, and it was a tragedy that no one could see those pajamas because the lights was off. Then on top of that, Tiffany Stratton invoked her inner black woman and went into the shop and got her braids did.
Well, she was hanging out with Tiffany. She was hanging out with Nakia Lyons for too long.
And I was like, where did she get these pink braids from? However, I was very apprehensive about that being the main event. I was like, this is really the main event? And then I was like, well, shit, it needed to be the main event. It was actually a really, really good match. I enjoyed that match. Legos will always be more powerful than thumbtacks any day.
It hurts more.
Yeah, it's just like, you can't do anything about that. But I enjoyed that match. What's your next question?
It's Tiffany Stratton, the new Charlotte Flair, because Manny believes so. Manny believes
she is. I love her.
Oh, shit.
I think so.
Manny committed. He's committed to this. I love it.
I think that she's a natural heel, and I'm going to be bold to say this, and I'm pretty sure nobody's going to be mad at me when I say it. I think she's going to be the one that's going to have Lacey Evans released and get featured endeavors because I think Tiffany Stratton is a far better Lacey Evans because she's a natural heel. Like, it's easy to dislike Tiffany Stratton.
Lacey Evans will kill Tiffany Stratton on the microphone, and I think Tiffany Stratton is the death of Dana Brooke. That's what I would say. Because everything Dana Brooke does is what Tiffany Stratton does, but so much better.
I feel like
but Tiffany Stratton is better in ring, I think, already than Lacey Evans.
Yeah,
that's true as well. But I don't think on the mic she's as good as Lacey.
Next question.
She has her issues with her daddy. Does Manny have any questions?
Are you going to ask me about Big Body Hob?
What?
I'm not asking you about Hobby.
You're not going to ask about Big Body Hobby?
I asked you about the security guard, though. I asked you about the new Matt Morgan. The new Matt Morgan.
Big Hoss, whatever his name was. Like, you don't talk to women that way?
I have his name written somewhere.
But Hobby ain't shit because that dude talked shit to him. That dude talked shit when he walked past the hallway. And then next thing you know, as soon as a woman spoke up, he would talk all that bad shit to her. I was like, man, Big Body Javi. First of all, you can't go by Big Body Javi if you don't have a big body. Second of all, how you gonna disrespect that black woman like that? I'm glad security guards stepped up. Shit. Yeah.
Right.
Hank Walker. That's his name.
Hank Walker, yeah. Because I was like, damn, he's straight from King of the Hill.
He's Brayden Walker's younger brother. I can't wait for his DVD collection. This is the greatest video of all time. I don't care. Makes you laugh. Manny, do you have any questions for Eric about the week in wrestling?
Isn't this your segment? And you only have one question for me?
I have more. Opportunities for Manny. I'm an equal opportunist, okay? I'm an equal opportunist.
What did you make of Blair Davenport weaseling her way into a title versus title match?
Hey, she indicated, and she went with facts. I am the number one contender, and you know what? I deserve to be in this match. And the final boss was like, "Yeah, why not?" I mean, the only person who gets screwed in this match, quite frankly, is Mandy Rose, and I'm pretty sure Mandy Rose is going to lose this match. I think Davenport is going to be the new unified champion.
Hey, to love it, Mandy's coming out on top. Put respect on her name, damn it! All you people.
Am I excited for Pat Bev and Russ together, Ross? Quite frankly, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to find somebody to trade Russ to. But if they don't, yes, this should be an epic feud, especially if Pat Beverly beats Russell Westbrook out for the starting point guard position, because technically on paper, he is a better fit with LeBron than Russell Westbrook. So, yeah.
Can I say something about that as well? I can't wait for Pat Beverly to cuss out your boy AD, and AD goes out to 6 to 8 weeks with hurt feelings.
Marcus, you should have experience, because that's what happened with the Clippers. He ruined that locker room.
Or who is Pat Bev gonna send to the toilet and have them hiding out in the bathroom for the whole day? I mean, he's 6'6", but he's gonna have Austin. What's the white kid name? Austin Reeves in that shower because he's his mortal enemy or something. I can't wait to see the combustible element of the Lakers. It's gonna be the AEW locker room. Everybody fighting.
That's supposed to say finger poke. Does Eric think the Squash Wednesday reflect the finger poke of doom, or Cena getting squashed by Lesnar?
What squash are we referring to?
When Lesnar and SummerSlam suplexed John Cena 16 times.
The birth for Suplex City, basically. Before he said Suplex City, bitch.
No, I don't think so.
Finger Poke of Doom?
I think Finger Poke of Doom, man.
I don't think it's the same as Finger Poke of Doom.
I think people are in agreement with this. I think it's closer to the line of John Cena and Lesnar than it is the Finger Poke of Doom.
I can't.
Do it.
I can't believe you didn't ask me how did I feel about my boy.
No, I got more.
Oh, go ahead.
I got a question for the both of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know when it hurts when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. How do you feel about a black man caught on TV wearing a Hulk Hogan shirt?
He don't know.
I don't know him.
He don't know
him.
And he looked like he sold out a long time ago.
I don't like the way he leaned on that rail. Maybe it's a disguise, Manny. Maybe it's a disguise. That could be Loomis for all you know.
Shout out to Dexter Loomis, risking his arrest to see his baby and let him know I still love you. Although he could have just called on the phone. He could have called on the phone.
Dramatic. That was so dramatic. It was so dramatic. It was so beautiful. I enjoyed everything about that moment. From her ranting about her life and her issues to Loomis coming from under the ring and everybody going like, "Oh, it's Loomis from Raw."
Can I ask a question, Marcus?
She's going to the main roster and then the police take that man to jail. Dang.
Because a part of me wanted the way to be reunited on the main roster, but I don't know after Johnny kicked Austin. I don't think that's happening. But the other people could go.
All right.
What did you think of Johnny Gargano returning to WWE?
It's nice. It should make wrestling fans happy, but he ain't gonna put no butts in seats for the regular casual fan. No, nothing against Johnny. Johnny's a great wrestler, and that's what he is. He is a wrestler. And I'm glad that Triple H was able to bring his boy back. But he will never be the marquee of WrestleMania. He won't. He will be maybe the third best match on the card or something like that. But I don't think you could sell out arenas for Johnny Gargano.
Well, Survivor Series has sold out. How often does a WWE pay-per-view sell out just like that? Like WrestleMania's done really good as WrestleMania for next year has done really well.
Yeah, right, dude. It was hard getting them goddamn tickets.
But like Survivor Series, that's what, 2 months away? No, it's November. It's a complete sellout already.
No, I think right now it's, like when you watch basketball games and they talk about momentum and stuff like that and what team has momentum. Momentum was with AEW for a long time. And for whatever reason, the shift has changed and now momentum is with WWE.
What the reason is? Vince is dead.
I understand, Marcus, what it is, but I feel like that there's more momentum going on. And then now, like the disenfranchised WWE fans who were upset that WWE focused on so much more entertainment than wrestling are now getting wrestling on the show. Like literally, and you would never get a 13-minute match to start off SmackDown that was unannounced between Ricochet and Baron Corbin. That would never happen. It just wouldn't happen.
Oh, that's a good take. What do you make of this, Marcus?
Yeah, this is a good one.
No. Okada's better.
The comment was Johnny Wrestling is America's Okada, and his time in NXT taught him great character work.
I'm so glad I have that clip.
That can be used at anytime.
What, we mentioned Okada.
Eric, who do you think Nick Aldis? Who do you think his mystery opponent will be this weekend at NWA 74?
A Bully Ray. Why not?
No, he's fighting. What you call it? He already has a match.
Oh, Matt Cardona.
He's fighting Mike Knox in a table match.
Since he's in the media, Disco Inferno, since he's making everybody mad.
Disco Inferno got murdered this week.
Yeah, he did.
What did he do?
Eddie said something about Eddie Kingston, and Kingston said a man farted on you. Fuck off.
Yeah, and so go someplace. So pretty much everything that we did in our opening montage of someone being shit out happened to Gil Gilberti, and for that reason, he could never be a man. And El Luchador, I have no doubt that Johnny Gargano is going to shine. I just don't think that he's going to be that main piece. That
I think he will. I think
really?
he'll be booked like how Shawn Michaels was booked.
It'll be very interesting to see if he connects with the audience that way.
Where does he fit in the Cody verse though? When Cody comes back, they both want the same thing. They clash.
Yeah, but
they all can't be Universal Champion.
Yeah, but currently
Cody
in this landscape,
Johnny might be really good though.
Currently in this landscape, anyone realistically, when you think about it, when Triple H is booking it, could be in that picture. Could be in that picture, but like, how do you topple Roman and how do you handle that is the real question. Because like, you've got Cross in that mix now. You want to have Cody back in that mix when he comes back.
Hey, Pete Dunne is on his way back.
And can we don't forget about my boy, who is also Spall, but my boy Santos Escobar. I feel like
he ain't gonna be in that picture.
Really?
No, you don't sleep on a Latino audience.
Man, I'm telling you, you give Ray versus Santos.
Yeah, Ray versus Santos for an Intercontinental title, when the Intercontinental title or the US title means something, that is a banging match. But I would not believe Santos in the World Heavyweight title picture. Santos versus Roman? No.
No, but I feel like Santos would be in the same spot where Johnny Gargano would be the working champion. I don't think that they are. Yeah, I don't know. Because like, it's like somebody has to take the belt from Gunther. One of those guys could do it.
All right. It's going to be Ilya Dragunov whenever he comes back. This wasn't going to be my next question, but you know what? It popped in my head anyway. The Judgment Day is wreaking havoc over everybody, and they're a menace. Rhea Ripley jumps in the ring and says, "Hit her," and you're Rey Mysterio. At that very moment, are you going to not give a fuck that you're on TV and have any integrity or anything? Are you striking her? Because at this point, she was asking for it. She's really pushing it.
Rhea Ripley need to get her ass beat. Simple as that. And I thought Beth Phoenix was going to be the one to do it. And Beth Phoenix should be ashamed of herself because the swift Finn Balor ran right through her section and she knew he was getting in that ring to do some no good. She could have tripped his ass, but she didn't. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you saw him running.
He was
Did you see
agile,
how quick
man.
he was?
He was agile, man.
Yeah.
The dead Al Davis probably was sitting there with a stopwatch going, he ran a 4-3.
Finn versus Johnny is going to be really good too. Hey,
again,
you know what?
You got on NXT.
Let me tell you something right now. What is Triple H doing? Because he's disappointed me. Everybody of his ilk is being repackaged and being brought to the show. Can T-Bar get some fucking love, people? Can T-Bar get some love?
I think he's next. But there's
T-Bar
nothing. I don't need T-Bar. T-Bar's nothing without Keith Lee. Think about it. They need each other.
Manny, you know that's probably Manny, you know that's the email that made Tony Khan mad because Triple H probably said, Keith, I'm cool with you. You don't have to be Bearcat, and we can have you fight Dijakovic again. Come back to me, but you leave Swerve behind.
Come back, baby.
Yeah, they need each other, but like Dominic Dijakovic, if we want to call him by his real name, is nobody without that man.
All right, so feast your eyes, Manny. This is my last question, and let's see if you stop ushering. All right, don't you dare usher. By the way, if you're at a movie theater and you were an usher, Eric, you gotta do it. I'm just saying, I just feel like that's your new job. But last question. Patrick Clark released a statement and has told his life story and his memoirs. Can you foresee?
You don't know.
Can you foresee the Velveteen Dream returning to not only either WWE or AEW, just professional wrestling?
So, full disclosure, I don't know what his statement was, but I do know.
You know the story. It was about his story about how
but I do know that I was on my Instagram. I was on my Instagram and I saw Patrick Jr. and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then I looked, I was like, oh shit, that's Velveteen. I'm like, oh fuck, he's trying to come back. I personally think he should be given another opportunity. I don't think that any of the allegations were true. They were not proven. They were just allegations, and his career got derailed. He was one of the most he was like
charismatic
enigma that NXT had created, that he had a lot going for him. Mm-hmm. And I know he brushed a lot of people the wrong way, but it's not true, because if they were true, Levi, he would be in prison right now. Or he would have paid somebody. I'm just like anybody.
All things were dropped.
Yeah, I mean, I could accuse Marcus of touching me in inappropriate places, but if he's not convicted or proved, I mean, exactly.
You have to sign. You signed that NDA, damn it. You signed that NDA. How dare you? Come on.
Do you know NDA does not work for criminal charges?
Well, I stand corrected. Deshaun Watson got $1 million charges and settled out of court.
Deshaun Watson was never charged with criminal acts. He was charged in a civil courtroom. There's a difference.
Well, he didn't pay them properly or something?
Yeah, he settled. He settled everything. No one filed criminal charges against him. They went all to the civil court. They all wanted money. The allegations that was made towards Patrick was that this guy touched him. The police didn't file criminal charges. And also WWE, their investigation turned that the only people that convicted Patrick of a crime was the internet and the wrestling fans. That was the only people that convicted him.
You know what? The wrestler that did that is actually an active wrestler now as well. And I don't think he should be allowed to have his job the way it is. I think he should be getting some of that heat for derailing someone's career like that. Because that is uncool.
I mean, Austin Theory is back. And guess who else is back? The dude with the Rascals, he's back. So, like, everybody else is getting second chances. Why can't somebody who just had allegations made towards him not get a second chance? It didn't happen. I know that he was an asshole backstage, but what he was accused of was not true, and therefore he should get another opportunity to wrestle. That's just my opinion. If he wants to wrestle.
Same as Enzo Amore. He's still getting an opportunity.
Yeah.
Marty Scurll's still wrestling out there.
Osprey's still wrestling.
Well, there's a few. What's his name? Marty Scurll's out there. Who? Wolfgang was in that. Wolfgang, part of Gallus, was part of that Sting originally.
Won the Coffee Boys as well.
Yeah. So he got a second chance.
So you're saying Gillis or whatever that is, I don't know how to say the proper name.
Gillis? Like Dobie Gillis? Damn, that's
I mean, like that whole thing is a sex trope right there. That I mean, like, I'm just like, it's up to your employer to decide what they want to do, and that's what happened with Deshaun Watson. The NFL decided that we wanted him suspended for a whole year, but when that judge ruled to give him 6 games, that wasn't enough. And then, yes, I would have had Patrick in AEW.
I wouldn't only because that not because AEW, but like it's the way he would have been booked. Someone like the Velveteen Dream needs to have consistent TV time for it to be effective. You see him for what?
He's got to make those little boy jokes.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked if you carry on the kind of character that they have, because I think, as he mentioned earlier, it's not episodic enough, and his character is something suited for TV.
But do you also you have to ask the question too, though, is WWE even past that point of these character-driven characters? Because I don't think the WWE that's going on right now is a place for the Bray Wyatt character or even the Velveteen Dream character.
I disagree. I still think they're character heavy. Roman is a huge character.
The Vicious Viking Raiders are the new Vicious Viking Raiders.
The new Vicious Viking Raiders
getting paid for that video package. Shout out to her.
Yeah, so like it's still cases. There's still places for characters, but like there needs to be fewer like out there ones. Yeah, the fewer out there ones. Yeah.
No more Bliss and her magic powers and superpowers and all that.
I miss Superpower Bliss.
And so
when she was wrestling men. When she was wrestling men.
I miss the Goddess Bliss.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree about this whole Deshaun Watson situation for the simple reason, when it comes to me, with the line of work that I do, I don't operate in allegations. I operate in convictions. If you're convicted, then I will talk ill of you. Allegations are just allegations because people throw allegations out left and right. I could walk out the door right now and someone can allege me of doing something. So that's just how I believe. You have to be convicted. So, that's just how I am. And if you're not convicted, then it was just an allegation.
Dang.
What other questions you got, Marcus?
So you support Deshaun Watson and his contract? No, I got nothing. I told you I was done. I told you that Velveteen was my last.
How did you feel about Grace Wallaby calling a low budget biz by Apollo Crews?
But the whole segment was a ripoff of them just taking other people's stuff from other different times. Of him talking about his accent. That was Triple H and Kofi, and then he would just be a low budget biz. That was MJF and them saying that. What did you call him? But I was entertained.
And you know what? Jensen and Brooks, you're dead to me. You still dead to me. Fuck you guys. I can't wait for you to lose your
They killed
UK
NXT
titles.
UK. They killed NXT UK. I'm holding them responsible.
Them jorts that he's wearing, man. Ever since they wouldn't allow Pretty Deadly into their bar, man, I've been done with them. I don't care how tight Fallon Henry jeans are gonna be. I don't care.
I'm loving the Pretty Deadly Lash Legend team up.
Oh man, Lash Legend this week was epic.
It's just violent. She would have beat. I think she could have beat up 90% of that ring. She came out and ran into that match. Still figured DQ.
This is basically Dalton Castle and the boys, but Lash Legend is Dalton Castle.
Yeah, in a way it is. It is.
Hey, truthfully, I think Lash Legend can beat the shit out of Dalton Castle. She's like twice his size. She got that reach.
I mean, I know you didn't ask me. I thought Dynamite, for the most part, they had a pretty solid show. I mean, I thought they had a really good main event and stuff like that. The whole Punk thing, I think it left enough curiosity to be like, oh, okay, what's going on? But
AEW was the best show of the week. And I'm just going to say as a whole, and not just a wrestling show, but just what's going on around it and everything about it. It was the must talk about, must see show of the week. And they probably had the best match. Not even probably, they had the best match of the week was that trios match.
Nope. My best show was NXT followed by SmackDown.
Nah.
And Raw was pretty good too.
No, it's AEW, NXT, and then Raw, and then SmackDown for me.
I would give the last hour of Raw the best wrestling show. At which Gargano shows up, Edge doing hurricane rolls off the top rope, and the drama and all that's going on.
But overall, I think it was a very good week of professional wrestling. I think it was something for everybody. I even heard Impact had a pretty good show, but I don't watch Impact.
No one does.
I went to you, Marcus. You do everything else. I was hoping that you had some insight.
We had NWA 74, and I had to bitch about Okada.
Didn't
he has multiple
domestic violence charges.
Yeah,
domestic violence charges or something. They decided not to go that route.
Yeah, his DV charges is what derailed his WWE career.
But he be fighting in barbed wire. Sami Callihan, which I'm like, they're going too far. There's too many barbed wire. I'm sick of Sami Callihan.
Was he ever convicted? Or was he just charged with it? Because I think he was charged.
I don't know, Eric. I don't care.
Okay. Well, excuse me, Marcus. Excuse me, sir.
I don't care about people's criminal histories. I'm going to everybody's business.
You just want them to wrestle for you. That's all you care about, Hubbard. You don't care about humans.
Dance for me. Dance for me. Entertain me.
Damn. Well, I guess that's the show, man. Damn, Marcus.
Oh, shit. If Lil Levi said it's true, damn.
Damn, a fighter stairs.
He fucking Wade Barrett ran his Randy Orton.
Hey, Ray Barrett re-up for 2 years.
He did. What does it look like for Nigel?
Get Nigel on TV. You know what?
like
I'm at this point. Replace Byron. Get rid of Byron. I don't need Byron on TV.
Yeah.
Can I say something? One thing about I want to bring this up.
Yeah, it is a podcast. If you have to ask if you can say something, I don't know what we're doing here.
No, but I'm pretty sure it's nothing anybody wants to talk about. But me actually being a fan of this person before he started wearing a cardboard box on his head, I felt let down that he finally did something, and I didn't understand what he was doing. And that was Kip Sabian coming out attacking Pac, and I was like,
Eric, let me tell you a story about the All Atlantic title. Apparently, he's the #1 contender. And Manny broke this to me, I think, on the show. I was like, I ain't watching any of this. None of it made sense. I thought Loomis kidnapping and having somebody kidnapped and disguising themselves worked so much better than what Kip Sabian did. Because it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, they barely referenced the box on the head for a year. Like he was I noticed it because I actually pay attention to the crowd sometimes. So you notice things like that. And you find out that it's Kip Sabian. You don't know why he's sitting there with a box on his head, unless you follow his social media and stuff like that. So there was a payoff, but I'm sure it went over a lot of people's heads. When people go, "Oh, it's long-term storytelling," but like, how many people actually knew that was going on?
What happened to Miss Sabian? Where's Penelope Ford? Did she get hurt or something?
I think she wrestled on Rampage one time, or
she's on Rampage or Dark or something.
She ain't on Rampage because I watched Rampage, so she must be on Dark.
Shout out to the Black Women division that we finally got our match made for the TBS title at All Out.
That feels like it's been going on for eternity.
Yeah.
We hated
that. We were at the pay-per-view where it started. Double or Nothing? That was the last pay-per-view.
Let me tell you what happened on Rampage.
Whatever's going on here.
She is talking. She's giving and then the fake Red Velvet interrupts, and then she kicks them away, right? And then next thing you know, here comes Athena attacking Jade Cargill, and then they're pulled away by security. And I'm just like, man, this feud is really going flat, and this is why Vince said we can't make no money with Ember Moon, because I don't think Ember Moon brings that whatever
excitement.
Yeah. And Levi, the question is, I think Miro could be whatever he wants to be if people would get behind him. For whatever reason, both companies that work with him, they continue to like start off with him. And so I think arguably the TNT championship peaked when he was the champion. I think he was the best TNT champion. And then once he lost it to Sammy Guevara, his whole AEW career derailed, in my opinion.
Well, he was already.
I don't think it derailed. He's just not featured.
I consider him being a big star when Rusev Day got over, but then because it got over without WWE, without Vince making it
approval,
that they stripped it, and then they had that weird thing with Bobby Lashley and his wife Lana and that whole thing, and then they tried to ruin his character. Then he went to AEW. They kind of fucked it. They fucked it with that Kip Sabian thing. But then when he was allowed to do all that Redeemer stuff, God favorite champion, you could see the creative stuff from him, and then you could tell this was really good. I'm really surprised that they didn't run with it. I know there was injury there and stuff like that, but like we didn't have to wait so long for him to come back.
I've said so numerous times on the show. In all of wrestling, Miro has been my favorite character consistently. Whatever promo he says, I'm just all in for it or whatever. I enjoy that character. It's stupid. It's fun. It's over the top, and it's pro wrestling for me.
Pantheon asked a question, and I think I know you guys' response. He says, "Is Nikita money?"
Not wrestling.
Manny, she's probably been featured on more of your best ofs and thumbnails.
Yeah, she's not money. I think she's just ass. And she ain't good. Like if we collectively look at her in ring work, there's still a lot to learn. She's not main roster ready. She can't talk. When she talks, it's like a dream world, and I'm trying to be black, and that's how she talks.
my issue is like, I get that she's thick and whatnot, but she just doesn't connect with me. Like I prefer Lash Legend. I think Lash Legend has more upside because I feel like she's getting better, and I feel like it's just, I don't know. It's something about Nikita that I'm just not a fan of. It's almost, to me, she seems like one of the many forms of Zoe Stark. Like if she was Frieza, like Zoe Stark was like, I'm going to my second form, and she turns to Nikita Lyons.
Nikita Lyons is more charismatic because of the way she looks than Zoe Stark has in ability and looks.
Wow.
I also want to throw in there, after Manny takes a shot at Zoe Stark, but I also want to throw in there, do you think that Triple H will bring back Tegan Knox and those bad knees to the country when her knees get cleared for her visa issues?
No, man. You just can't do it. I think he will bring back Tenille Dashwood before he bring back those broke-ass knees on Tegan Knox.
Who's your return? Who's your return on Raw? I got mine. There's going to be a return on Raw this week.
Really?
You know it is. There is.
I don't know
who you got.
T-Bar.
There is. No. Nah. This week on Raw, the return of Sasha Banks and Naomi, because that tournament ends. That tournament ends this week.
My theory, Pantheon Don, about the whole Nikita Alliance tournament thing, I think that whole bracket, the NXT stars were never supposed to win, and they were always supposed to be
she was taken out. She was taken out because she wasn't vaccinated.
I know, but I'm just saying, I think that the same role that the Toxic Attraction played where they won, and like I don't think they were ever supposed to be there, if that makes sense. Like I feel like this is the gateway for, as Marcus says, Sasha and Naomi to show back up.
I mean, that would do I don't think that'd do numbers for Raw that week. Maybe the replay.
No, but they're gonna announce. They may announce their match at Clash of the Champions.
Maybe.
But like I remember we had this conversation before where you talk about when AEW, when they were in the hindsight, and they was always advertising Sting and not having Sting appear as a surprise. Do you think like the return of Sasha Banks would be something that WWE would want to advertise?
No,
rather than just have
the way they left, it's no advertise.
You don't advertise that. I think you go the surprise route. But like the Johnny Gargano thing was also a surprise. Like no one knew he was going to be there, and it had the same kind of impact. It had the same kind of impact.
Random return ever because you just chilling. I was sitting there like I told Manny or Ryan, just chilling there eating grapes as Ryan was there with me. I'm eating my grapes. I hear the music and I go, and I'm not even. It didn't even register with me. And then he walked out and I go, "The fuck happened?" I just kind of zoned out, and it was just like, "What is going on now?"
So it's like either WWE released everybody who was leaking shit to AEW, or the dirt sheets just can't get any information from WWE was coming out. They just speculate on everything. I think it's about a lot of speculation because
I think there's very few in the know at this point. I think there's very few that's in the know of what's going on. And I think
the Johnny Gargano thing was really big, and him showing up, him cutting a heartfelt promo. I thought that it felt very authentic. And then you had the interaction with him in Theory. I was like, oh, and then like it left me want to know, like, oh shit, he's Super Kid Theory. What happens now? Like Theory ain't gonna take that.
Theory's been taking that. He's been taking it all, literally on the chin every week.
I think Charlotte returns on the road to Survivor Series. I think she's gonna have to be on the Survivor Series team for someone.
I can see that.
Yeah, she's probably gonna be the last opponent or somebody like, oh yeah, who's gonna be your team? Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. They should have ended the split. Is NXT gonna be involved in?
I don't think if by the looks of the graphic they did, I don't think so because it seems it's very red and blue heavy. There's no any hint of yellow.
So Manny, because I probably won't talk to you for 2 weeks. Do you think
we have Roman's telephones? You know,
I know, but you got events to go to, man. Do you think Roman is gonna drop his title in Europe?
I think there's a 20% chance.
Okay.
I think it makes a big. I think they make a big deal. They could make a big deal of it of a title change hands, in Europe, like they did when AJ Styles won the WWE title in Manchester, and that was the first time a WWE title changed outside of the United States. Heavyweight title. I think they've done IC titles and all that other stuff. So they made a big deal about that. So there's a 20% chance they go that route, but I don't think so. I still think there's money. They still have a plan with Roman going into this WrestleMania because this WrestleMania is huge. Even though I don't think that match, if that match with The Rock is supposed to happen, it doesn't necessarily need a title, but it adds to the whole thing of Roman's been champion for forever.
So, Marcus, my question for you, because I believe you are pro
ending.
I believe you are pro unification of titles, Marcus, and it's clear to me that WWE is all about unifying every title that they have, whether it's NXT and on the main roster. Do you like this, or do you?
Well, NXT is defunct. UK is defunct, so it's not really merging. It's more just like melting down.
Look at John agree with Manny's mathematics. 20%.
For drama and anticipation. I didn't even say drama and anticipation, but yeah, that is 100% correct with what John said. I think there's a 20% chance that this could happen, but it's more likely that Roman retains.
So, Mark, is Bea Priestley the new unified NXT Women's Champion?
No, I got Mandy keeping that title. Put respect on her name.
Really?
Respect on her name.
No, I think I've got the final boss.
Wow. I'm going Davenport. I think we're all against each other on this one.
Oh, wow. I didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
But it's the way she speak. When she spoke, it sounded like a final boss. It's going to be me.
No. Can I tell you, I'm a huge fan of the final boss. I think it's the greatest character you can have. Like, I would love for that to be my name, but I feel like there's money with Davenport. I think that she reminds me of a healthy Paige. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's what it does. And
this is my house.
But because the main reason why I don't think Mandy is going to win, I think Mandy is no longer right for NXT. I think that Toxic Attraction went to the main roster.
We said this the last time when she was going into a match.
We said every time she's defended, and the numbers and she always keep going up.
The odds. She defeats the odds.
Let me just point out, Mandy is the one person who went down to NXT and improved so much that she deserves to be called back up to the main roster. Her and her girls. They need to be there. Even JCJ.
Mandy, Roman, and are the longest rated champions.
JC Jane put in work in their match.
Yes. Yeah. Wait a minute. First of all, Mandy, don't say hey to me because we all know for a fact I have never put hate on Double J's name. That's you two up there.
Oh,
JCJ.
I do that for him. I don't do
it. Wow. Man, Marcus, he set you up shit creek without a paddle. He put it all on you, Marcus.
Well, I'm glad there's a drought in California, and I don't need that paddle. I just walk.
So does Tyler Bate defeat Braun Strowman? Braun
you know,
Breaker.
Worlds Collide is like 4 weeks away or whatever, right?
No, it's
this weekend, Marcus.
It's not.
Yeah.
Cardiff is this weekend, and then the weekend after it's World Collide and All Out.
I thought it was all the same weekend.
No, it's the same week.
No,
it's all the same week, Marcus.
No.
It's the
World Collide comes out the same week as All Out. It's the same day as All Out.
Yeah, Marcus, it's all this week.
The next day.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It
All
is.
Out is in September. Oh,
Marcus,
shit, it is.
Yes, Marcus.
Next week, you fool.
Marcus, what part of me when I started the show when I said that this is the most epic weekend in wrestling that you did not understand?
I didn't realize that. That is all this week.
Brother, you just stop playing b-ball after school and go get some sleep so you can realize what's going on.
We're playing basketball.
What year is this?
Hey, did you get a triple-double today?
I didn't play.
Oh, that's why you seem so fresh.
Games were canceled.
There's a watch-along of SummerSlam 92 on Monday. I don't know if there's a watch-along of Clash at the Castle on the Saturday.
Are you doing it? You down?
Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
I thought you said you couldn't do it because you needed some sleep.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I can watch it because it's 9 in the morning. I could be there.
And then I intend to do Worlds Collide. If Marcus
I'm going to watch that too.
If anyone wants to jump in on Sunday, if Marcus wants to have All Out on at the same time, he can do that.
No. Worlds Collide will be on at 1 p.m. Pacific time. All Out doesn't come on to 5 p.m. Pacific time.
So what time's All Out? No, what time's Worlds Collide?
1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Yeah, it's 1 p.m. our time.
Oh, so it's early. So we can probably do all three.
And then wait, we gonna do AEW? I think I have. You know what? I have bought more AEW pay-per-views than any other pay-per-view I've ever.
Because there's only 4. There's only 4.
Levi, I don't have to be involved in the watch-along.
Well, so the only difference is when it's Marcus and me, it's gonna probably be more wrestling-centric. When it's Manny and I, we talk about food, what we like to eat. We do everything else, but wrestling.
Wait, what time is 1 o'clock for you in the afternoon? For me,
that's
like 9.
Literally 30 minutes from now, Manny.
I'll be home by then.
Will you? Don't be a Marcus, man. Don't try to do too much.
No, I'm leaving at 2 p.m.
Let me tell you the difference between all the watch-alongs. The Clash of Champions, there's probably gonna be nobody blocked in the chat. You have free will to say with everything, but when tomorrow that All Out in the kick in, we be blocking again.
I didn't know you guys was blocking.
No, I put Levi in timeout when he tries to kill vibes.
But you know what? If we're doing an AEW, well, Levi can Levi.
Levi should be on that then. And
have you ever figured that he wants to enjoy watching the show instead of being part of the?
Who enjoys? You can't enjoy watching the show without watching us. You know why? Because we make the show that much better with our unique, controversial, charismatic, and poignant commentary.
And Manny, I appreciate your effort this week of trying to go live to do the watch along of the video game release of AEW.
I did it.
I appreciate it.
And let's be real. That was more successful than Raw is Retro and ETE this week, and I didn't expect it to be. I thought that would be the worst thing we did on the channel this week, because I can acknowledge that was the worst thing I've probably done on this channel.
No, Manny, the worst thing you ever done is when I called in on the road trying to talk to you and we had no connection. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was bad, but we still got a lot. That did all right for the channel. I think the views were pretty good on that.
Probably
well,
nice.
I think we have a production. Levi said he might join you guys. Let's see what happens.
The last time, well, he can get booted out of the studio.
I'm gonna see you a picture of this guy from AEW this week. It made me laugh. I don't know.
Is he Big Body Javi? Oh,
nah. he just was perplexed about something. I think it was the House of Black losing. He's the most perplexed, or it was Punk losing. And I feel like that should be used as in our out right there, going like, what's going on here?
Or you can have Vince on the stretcher.
Well,
I might have to. That does not mean I have to buy it all out.
No, you gotta buy a damn thing, man.
Let me tell you something. I appreciate because Triple H knew some shit was gonna happen on SmackDown that would just break Vince's heart. So he said, "Let me just kill him so he won't watch the rest of the show." How could I do that? Ricochet starts the show, and that was it. Vince didn't watch anything else on SmackDown. Prince Puma. No, Manny. Ooh. Damn, I have a question. Because
I guess we're not ending the show today.
I'm under impressions that ones are very uncomfortable. Should I be impressed?
They're not uncomfortable. It's just if you plan on doing a lot of walking, I would suggest not wearing them.
Should I be impressed that Ricochet was able to wrestle in ones?
Yeah, but I think the standard wrestling boot, has about the same amount as cushion as a one would.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Well, Young Bucks have been doing it longer, and so have the Usos.
Well, so has Enzo Amore and Liv Morgan and
Carmella. Ricochet does it, and
Well. Of all the people that you mentioned, the only people that flips as much as Ricochet is probably the Young Bucks.
Nikki Bella started it.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. My name is Eric.
I'm King Manny Hayes.
Ooh, King.
Did the Queen die?
I'm the King.
Okay.
And I am the bastard, Marcus the Grand Finale.
Oh, the bastard. You used to be the Prince of Petty, so you got downgraded.
Well, that pettiness upgraded because I decided to take down the original bastard and take his spot.
Then I'll become the African American Nightmare, and I hope you guys enjoyed this show.
I put no respect. I don't.
That just sounds terrible. That just sounds terrible.
I don't appreciate dunks. I don't appreciate dunks, and I don't appreciate anyone that wears Chuck Taylors in the ring.
Man, I broke my foot putting those in. My feet hurt. I could never put those, like trying to squeeze it in. Nah, man.
Those are too narrow. They're not.
I was
not
like,
built for normal people.
I was like, that was a mistake. Anyway,
Gun Club. Let's see who they turn on next without any explanation.
My daddy, I dare you to hit me, daddy. I dare you to hit me.
I'm sure they're gonna turn on each other. I'm sure they're gonna turn on each other at this point.
And hopefully they'll be released.
On random ass people and had nobody in that match had any emotion about fighting their daddy, their son, or their brother. They just went out and fought. No emotion. I hope Dominic does it better.
Well, I'll be back next week when we do all the live watch-alongs. And don't forget to check out Marcus and Manny on Tuesday and Thursday for the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. And don't forget to check out the upcoming and very popular show, Everything Else, that airs on Wednesday, where it has the grand finale and the three faces of Jamal. Yes.
I don't need that. You beat one show. And you come out like this.
What? I was actually hyping up what's on the
nonsense
network.
With Manny's coming soon. Manny's coming soon.
Oh, no. Oh no!
Manny does shit.
Also,
with the hands.
It might be some nonsense that's totally non-wrestling related coming from Eric.
Eric, we know about your OnlyFans, please.
Marcus, why you gotta always spoil the surprise, man? Stop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry. Sadie.
You know what? I'm gonna move the Patreon now. We're going to Patreon.
Oh, by the way, why is August your month? Why is August your month? The show begins in August. You had your anniversary in August. You had your Jesus moment of being reborn in August. Why is everything in you involved in August?
Can we before we go on with that, can we actually celebrate that Eric's still here? A year on from his heart attack.
Yes,
and the tremendous work he's done to get into the shape he is in now. Take this compliment, bitch.
First of all, I was gonna take it, but I ain't gonna take it that way. You ain't gonna call me no bitch. Don't make me go buy no ticket and fly over. Damn.
Not now. Not now.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me really wanted to go out big and buy me a ticket and just fly over to London and go to Clash of the Castle. No. But I was like,
we wanted to go out.
That is being extremely too reckless with money because when I did the search, I was like, oh shit, this shit is mad expensive.
It's so expensive in Cardiff right now.
Yeah, and I was like, oh fuck this shit. So never mind. But yeah, it's been an interesting occasion. I'm out the more risk. The 1 year period is supposed to be the most deadliest thing for a repeat of a heart attack. But I can't become careless. I have to stay up on game and not be stupid. Huh?
You had a wake up call and you done the work.
Yeah, you know.
And you inspired me to live a better lifestyle. I am no longer doing cocaine off knives. Okay? I am no longer doing that.
How are we gonna fund the show? That's what funds the show, the cocaine with knives.
I can still sell it. I'm just not gonna be tasting it before I sell it.
On that note, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Until next time, stay sharp. Later. I knew
the copyright strike if we did the powdered things and cocaine. I had a little switch knife and I tasted it. I feel like YouTube would ban us, huh?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's so many clips on YouTube. If they tried it,
I thought we were done.
Mark, you could probably go sign up for one of these stock footage accounts and just have somebody doing some snow or something like that to put in there.
That's what stab it to those, the Spixie does be like, let's do a show, Manny. It's why I do our Twitter. Yes, 100% pure.
Yep, that's it.
That's some
my
good
lips
shit.
Let's arrest them.
That is some good shit.
That's good shit. Although right now that's the shit that would kill me, and that was my one recreational drug I would have had ever tried. But I can't mess with that
cocaine?
now.
Cocaine?
Yeah.
Why? Why cocaine?
Because it's the most expensive one. You know I'm bougie.
Nah, see, if I want to do the one that we shoot up.
I would never.
The one where you have to shoot up. That's the one I want to do.
No, I'm not doing needles. That's a lot of work.
I feel like
cocaine. That's it.
That was too risky. I'm going to sip to good old-fashioned marijuana, guys.
Nah, man, that's legal.
Oh, illegal drugs, then? I honestly don't know. Because I don't want nothing going on my nose with the cocaine. And I don't want to stick needles in my arm. And I don't want to be found dead with a needle in my arm. And that's
Marcus, you know what? Marcus,
I'm not doing crack and meth because of their reputation.
Marcus, you strike me as an X kind of guy,
cocaine.
though.
I'm a cocaine.
You strike me as an X kind of guy, Mark. You would have sweat and dance around. Like that's what you want to do.
Maybe Stroop. Maybe I'll be addicted to Stroop all the time or something.
Fuck you, Earl.
Cocaine.
He's the reason there's no cocaine in Coca-Cola anymore.
That was the reason for his absence. That was the reason the Coke went screwed on just as good in '74 because Earl was suspended. And that's what made them create the machine. By the way, my job has this robot now. I'm so sick of him.
A cocaine robot?
No. He may as well be. He just walks around. He brings food. He's artificially intelligent. He has a little song and the whistles. And I go like, he's never going to be the downfall of a song, guys.
That's your replacement. That's your replacement.
I don't know if you got it like I got it. But to me, it sounds like Marcus wanted to challenge that AI robot to a match. This motherfucker right here.
I can go upstairs. Can you?
Oh, but no, he got stopped and someone messed with his sensor and he was walking around delivering a pizza. And like you see the service team run by and go get the robot. And I go, look at him. He's not ready. He's not ready.
Is the robot open where the food is on top or is it a closed lid?
It's open.
What? I'm stealing.
Manny.
There's foil over his pizza. No one fucks with this robot. Maybe he becomes RoboCop. I don't know.
Let me tell you something. And also, casinos don't care about cleanliness. They just want to bet. Like, they don't care. They don't.
I'm stealing that food. I'd be sitting in that because, stealing food.
I'm pretty sure there's people that do it too.
He has a camera on there. People going to be like, hey, what's my food? Oh, okay.
Hey, robot, bring in my gravy.
You know what? Oh no, I thought we was gonna make 2 episodes with Manny didn't mention gravy, but he got his gravy reference.
Hey, robot, can bring in some gravy.
Let me tell you the most disgusting moment of my day yesterday. They're opening a table. We're bringing the stuff over. There's a black man on our seat where we sit at, and he's just eating clam chowder. And he's spilling it all over the place over our seat. And I'm looking, and I'm like, bruh, that's our seat. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. This giant mess of cracker crumbs and clam chowder. I have to clean up. I had to clean it up.
Why are you cleaning up? If you're the manager, why are you cleaning up?
Because it was for my employee to sit there, and I was like, I got to clean this up because this is their spot, not me. I had to clean it up. Because I was like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Wait. And the dealer who was there was looking, going like, man, I didn't think he was going to leave. He had no reason to be here. He had no reason to be here.
So wait, are you telling me all 3 of us had the worst day yesterday?
Yeah. No, my day wasn't that bad. It was exhausting.
Manny, I might need the audio. I don't know if I thought I hit the record button, but now it says I only got 4 minutes of audio recorded. And I'm like, what 4 minutes I got recorded?
You fool.
I know.
Fool. You got only the dick and piss jokes.
Oh, no, that note, we need to go. All right, guys. Stay safe. Stay sharp. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.